Hello, everyone. This is the Tell and Grow Your Business, and I'm muted at Debohade. It's been a pretty good evening this evening, hasn't it? Yeah, and on the show tonight, yes, we are going to be talking about the key facts about running a healthy business. Every Wednesday, we'll bring you the Tell and Grow Your Business show, where a lot of people have their questions answered and, some of their problems solved. It has been a beautiful journey so far, and we are happy that we're able to do this week after week. We say a huge thank you to everybody who come on the show, to all of you who come watching, live, and who gets to watch it replay. It's been a bit. So now we're talking about the key facts about running a healthy business. And as usual, I've got a wonderful, distinguished guest on the show tonight. She the founder of Your Life in Your Hands. Honestly, your life in your hands. And it is up to you what you want to do with your life. So tonight, Shirley Powell is going to be talking about, the facts you need to run a healthy business. Okay, I'm not going to let all the secrets out. I'm going to give it to Shirley to introduce herself, and then we will go into the details of how to run a healthy business. So now, welcome to the program, Shirley.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all tonight. So you want me to start to speak? Yeah?
Yes, please. So, yeah, you are the co-founder of Your Life in Your Hands. I love that name. Yes. You've got to take responsibility, your life in your hands. So, yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that later. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do you do basically? And, how did you start your entrepreneurial journey?
Well, as you said, I am actually the founder of Your Life in Your Hands, and it's a health and well-being and lifestyle services that I offer. I'll help people through health management as well. And what I do is I offer health screening, health assessments to people in the comfort of their homes, or they can come to me into my office and I screen them for diabetes, for cholesterol, and also doing a full holistic comprehensive assessment, which is person-centered to them. So it's tailored to them, to the individual. What they will get in that screening, they will go through their physical health, mental health, and social health. So basically, it's something that we all need to do is to concentrate on our health, because our health is our wealth, and I help people to live well and to stay well.
Oh, that is wonderful. That is really beautiful. That was why we come about the title as the key facts about running a healthy business. What you will need to know is a lot of people hustling every day. We want to make money, we want to get clients, we want to do this, not looking after themselves. And then when something happens and you break down, the business is going to go down immediately until you're able to pick up yourself and remain healthy and, look after yourself. That's when you can healthy business. Okay. Hi, Robert. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having you on. Okay. So how did you actually start this business? What prompted it?
Well, I used to work in the NHS, and then and because I'm a nurse by background. I've been nursing for about 34 years now. So I've worked in the hospital, in the NHS, in independent private sectors, offering healthcare in different settings. I'm also a qualified district nurse. So nursing, through my professional nursing, I decided to leave the corporate world. I wanted some flexibility, so I decided to start my own business. It wasn't something I did straight away. I actually took 3 months out and was able to reflect on what is it I wanted to do now, because of all the skills that I've developed over the years through my nursing career, and also in other areas in my life. And so I designed this program called 7 Steps to Transition Your Life, which will help people through business, people who are looking to start their business, or to help them to stay, find lifestyle balance and keep well within their business. Because as a solo entrepreneur, it's important to keep well, it's important to be healthy, and it's important to know how to live well, eat well, and stay well. So basically, that's what I did. I left the corporate world in 2015, and I started my business in March 2016, Your Life in Your Hands. And I'm very passionate about helping people to stay well and to live well, because I've looked after so many people with different health conditions, some of them that could have been avoided, because if they were to be proactive in looking at behavioral and lifestyle changes, it would have helped them to be able to not go on and get the serious medical conditions such as diabetes and the long-term conditions. So I think your health is very important, because if you don't have your health, how can you push forward with what you're doing with your life? And lifestyle and behavioral changes is really important if you want to keep well and live well.
Actually brings people to you? What will make them come to you?
What the type of people that I actually work with are busy professionals who can become very stressed in their work, or can become very busy, that sometimes the health can be affected because of life, because of the business and what they're doing and keeping the business going. So I help those people to find life balance, and to be able to continue to work with their business, and to be able to live healthy as well. The people mainly are around over 40, because that is the time when mostly, unfortunately, a lot of health problems start to kick in when we hit 40 plus. Most of my target audience have been, or clients have been, women, but I do see men as well. But there are women who have women problems, and some people have come to me with the menopause, how to manage the menopause, how to be able to manage that while they're working and running a business or in their professional life. There's people, other people that I've seen, men that I've seen, who have been concerned about their cholesterol, or they might have an issue in their family and they're wondering to have a test to find out what's going on. So mainly people over 40, but mostly busy professional people that I see. I do screening on other people lower than that, but I wouldn't necessarily go on to do the diabetes check or cholesterol check unless there was a history of it in the family.
People will come to you. How do they find you, really?
I have a Facebook page which is called Your Life in Your Hands, so people can contact me on the Facebook page. I also have a website called Your Life in Your Hands. If you tap it in and put Shirley Powell, it will come up, and it will have on there the packages that I do. We also do a healthy retreat, and that's one of the things I'm planning to do this year, is to have a healthy retreat where people can go away to the Caribbean for 10 days.
These assessments, it looked to me like something I can get done in a hospital. What makes it different from going to the hospital?
What makes it different is the health checks that the health assessment that I do is specifically tailored to the individual. So it's a person-centered approach that I use. A lot of people will go to the doctors, and the service that I provide is to enhance the service, not to take over what the doctors and the hospital do. But as you and I know, people will go and you're lucky if you get 10 minutes with your doctor or with a health professional. But with me, you get an hour of my time going through your own health and well-being, looking at your physical health, your mental health, and your lifestyle. So you get a lifestyle assessment undertaken, and then you get the physical health assessment undertaken. And at the end of that, you will get a report from me, immediate report, and be able to go through and take action with your health, concerning your health. And also I offer an ongoing health management program where people can actually work with me, and I mentor them around their health and well-being. So for example, if you were somebody who had who then found out that you had diabetes, because that is something that's on the increase, and you were unsure where to go, what diet to have, what food to have, you could work with me to be able to support you with that. I have a history of diabetes in my family. So my mother and my father were diabetic. But the thing about it is, a lot of the health industries out there at the moment are supporting people once they have a condition. What I'm trying to do is help people to be proactive so that they don't go on to get these conditions. so that they can be cared for and know how to manage, how to self-care, how to manage, to take control of their own health and well-being, hence your life in your hands, because we give the tools and then the person can go on to take care of their own health and well-being and live well and stay well. That's what it's all about. So people can live well and stay well.
We were talking about something, for example, if somebody has diabetes and they don't know how to manage it, because most times these days you really don't get that care. You get care, you get medication, but you don't have that management aspect of it in the hospital.
Yes.
Because, yes, it's not really there. So if you can talk about that again.
Yeah, so I offer an ongoing health management for people who are concerned about their health. They may want to speak to a professional. They can't get that time that they would like to have with their GP to talk about their personal health problem. So as a nurse by background as well, I can actually offer them the professional advice concerning their health and well-being. So you go on to have a health management, and I offer a health management program where people can slot into different areas concerning upon how much they would like to pay, and that is going to be mentioned on the website as well. So I do have different packages that people can look into. Some people might be looking to lose weight. They've struggled. They don't know how to go about losing it. They've tried everything and it didn't work. Yo-yo dieting, we've all been there.
Sure, definitely.
And it hasn't worked. But it's looking at whole foods, looking at the foods that are good for you, that can help you. So we offer dietary advice and lifestyle advice to help you to improve your health and well-being and stay well.
Oh, lovely. Good. Okay, let's go back to your business now. When you started, you left corporate to do your business. What pushed you? What was your mindset? How did you manage in the beginning?
Well, what I did is I had a lot of ideas that was downloaded to me about what can I do. I wanted to really be a motivational speaker. I also wanted to do something around health, because health has been something I've done. I've been nursing for 34 years. So I wanted to do something that, that I was really passionate about. And because I was really passionate about health, I thought, well, I will go down that route and continue in health and well-being. So what I did, for me, I seeked out advice for people, because if I was going to run a business, I wanted to make sure that I ran the business well. So I think what is important is to seek the right advice on the steps that you need to take to start your business. So what I did is I went and I did what you call a social entrepreneur course. And on that course, Lloyds Bank, they actually sponsor you as a mentor to be able to give you all the tips that you need to know about running a business. So I did that once a month. I met with other fellow social entrepreneurs, and you got to learn about how to run your business, whether to start as a solo trader, or whether to start as a limited company, or whether to start a CIC, or whether all the different forms of how to start your business, depending on what your business is. So I learned that we had different people who came in to talk to us about business, about their ups and downs of running a business and what it was like. So I think the first thing is, it's really important to seek out the right advice. And there is a lot of free advice out there as well, different areas that you can go to. People are doing webinars. There's also different organizations that offer free advice. In where I am in Ipswich, I don't know about anywhere else, it's New Anglia Growth Hub. And what they did is they supported me with businesses. There were two business gurus, and what they did is they supported me about the different steps to take. Now I had to do like a Dragon's Den actual interview before 4 people, and I had to tell them my idea of what I wanted to do, because one of the things I wanted to do was also work with the homeless and vulnerable people, because there are a lot of hard to reach people who are not getting the health care that they need, or they're missing out of they're slipping through the net. So I wanted to help the vulnerable, and that's where the social aspect of my business comes in. So I went in and I had to do a 3-minute pitch about my business. So I went in there and told them about what I wanted to do. And after it, you get a grant for £4,000 to support you to start your business. And out of, I think it was over 150 people, there were 16 candidates, and I was one of the 16 that was able to run and do the course.
Oh,
So
well
that's
done.
one tip. I was really pleased about that.
Oh, well done. That's a really
So
good thing you did. Well done. You should be proud of yourself. Yeah.
I'm very pleased with that. So I did that for a year, and then I graduated and became a fellow. But what I also did as well is I didn't just rely on the course. I seeked out people who were actually in business already to look at what they did in their business to have a successful business. Now, one of the things I would advise people to do as well, if they were looking to start their business, especially if they're new entrepreneurs or people new to that, is to seek a mentor or a coach. Because by having a mentor or a coach, you've got somebody who has that business mindset that will be able to help you to know where to go with the next step. And that's what I did. I actually sought out a mentor, and my mentor was able to help me through all the steps that I needed to eventually I launched an area in my business called Unlock the Door to Your Next Chapter. And I actually got different speakers to come in and tell their story about how they got to where they did in their business. So that's the second thing, really, is to have a good mentor, somebody that you can work with that will help you along the way. Because as a solo entrepreneur, you have your highs and you have your lows in running a business, as you probably know yourself, Mutate.
Definitely.
It can be good. You have good days and you have bad days, but you never quit. You never quit. You keep
That's
going.
it. That's it.
And you get to the level. So that's the second thing. Have a good mentor. The other thing really is to have a good value proposition. A lot of people use a business plan, but what you would need is to have a value proposition. What I mean by that is being clear and having clarity about what it is you do, what you want to do in your business, who's your target audience, who's your client group, so that when you actually run your business, you tailor it to your audience. You tailor it. So you listen to what people say about your business and your clients, and then that way you tailor it to them. And then you can always rinse and repeat and go back with that. So I think it's really important to do that in your business. And also you need to look at how your projections and what it is you're doing, because in order to keep your business afloat and sustained is how you're going to generate an income and looking at different sources of income to keep your business going. Because I also have a shop, and I also the shop that I sell beauty products and vitamins and different things like that in the shop. But I also do the speaking and coaching separate in the business as well. So it's looking at how can you sustain the business, and you have to look at the business as a business and not a hobby, which is very important.
That's a very good one. I mean, otherwise it's going to become an expensive hobby where you just pay so much money or invest so much money and you don't get anything in return. Okay. You know, one thing I can see you really enjoy, you being an entrepreneur. What is the best thing about you being an entrepreneur? What do you like most about it?
What I love about being an entrepreneur is that you can work when you want to work. There's that flexibility. So you can work when you want to work. You have the flexibility and adaptability to meet the people you want to meet and work with. You can set your day and your routine to how you want to work. It's not that, you're going in the office at 8 o'clock and then you're there and you're then working all hours, and then you can actually work the hours you want to work. Also, you have that time that you can also have set time to be with your family, friends, as well as running your business. So you can have the best of both worlds. You also have the freedom. I have something in the business I call freedom to thrive. So you have that freedom to thrive in your business, in whatever you're doing. So I like to have the flexibility.
Good. So, how do you really, because you do health And it is very important for everybody in business, whatever sector you're doing, and even people not in business, to look after themselves. How do you balance your self-care, your relationships, and your social life? How do you give a balance to that?
What I try and do, because I'm also a minister, so I also have the church to run as well. But what I do is to find balance, is I make sure I have my rest days. I think it's important to have rest and get enough sleep, which, in business, many of us don't always do.
That's true.
But I tend to find time to sort of, pamper yourself, have some me time, have some self-care time. Even if you try and do that during the week. I like to go and have a massage. I like to go and have a friend of mine, she offers reflexology, so I do that. But I like to go for walks as well. So I try to do that, and I eat healthily. I try and eat lots more fruit, vegetables, and whole foods, and drink plenty of water, which is very good.
Which is very good. Highly, makes you really healthy, really good. Okay. So, one thing before you give us,
there was one thing I also wanted to say is mindset as well. Having the right mindset, because sometimes you can wake up and not be in the right mindset, and that can have an impact on how you are in your business. So keeping focused as well on the things that you're doing in your business. Sorry, I meant to just say that.
Yeah, good. So is that how you turn things around when you have a crappy day?
Yeah, I say, okay, this is a bad day. Let's move on from that. Don't have a burial over it. Just move on and just say, okay, tomorrow's another day. Let's get back up and get going again. Because you could end up having a pity party and just say, oh, this didn't go well. But you've got to just get up and get on again. Because that was just one day. And also, you have to look at certain things that don't go well as a learning. You're learning. It's all a learning curve when you're running a business as well, isn't it?
Oh, sure, definitely. I mean, we're all learning. I don't think we can complete that learning journey, forever. We have to keep learning every day. That's what makes us get better. Okay, yeah. So, before we, round up, we're talking about health. You've got to be healthy to run a business, any business. So to run a healthy business, you've got to keep on top of your health, looking after yourself. Okay. So what is your one advice for people who are really struggling to balance their health, their social care, the relationship? They're in business. They want to make money. They want to attract clients. They want things to come around for them. It's not happening. And, they're risking their health as well. What's your one word for them?
One word. Oh, one word.
When I say one word,
I believe it.
People ask me, do you just want me to say one word? No. Okay. What's your advice for them?
I would say is, remember, it's like if you look at yourself 20 years down the line and you said you have that dream and that vision to get where you need to get to, is to keep your focus. Look at whenever you're having times where you think, I'm struggling, I'm not getting anywhere, go back to your why. Why did you start the business in the first place? And focus on that. In terms of health, it's important really, because some people have different health issues, but it's also to keep your mental health as well as your physical health be in a good place. If you find that you are struggling, seek help. Always seek advice. Don't feel you have to struggle alone, because as an entrepreneur, it can be a lonely world. But surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with somebody that you can confide in. Get yourself a mentor, somebody that you can talk through things. That's what I did. I have someone, I have that, I felt like, oh gosh, what am I doing here? I will call somebody who mentors me, and they will pick me up and help me to get to the next level. So surround yourself with positive people. Make sure you get enough sleep as well, because it's really important to get enough sleep and enough rest. But also because when you're rested and when you have clarity, you'll be able to move on to the next step.
Great. That's really beautiful. Okay. So you talked about your unlock, the event you did.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how did it turn out? Do you have any event, planned for the near future, or do you have anything you're doing very soon?
I'm looking to plan a retreat, and I'm looking to plan that for November. I do hope to have another Unlock the Door to Your Next Chapter event, but at the moment, at this point in time, I'm focusing on the rebranding of the packages and also getting the retreat off the ground. I'm planning a retreat from where my parents came from, to actually have a health retreat where people can come over from wherever they are in the world and to travel to the Caribbean and tour the island, but also do a health conference with the local health organizations out there. So that's the plan that I'm doing. I'm looking to set that up for November 2019, which will be the launch. So if anybody's interested in the retreat, they can contact me to learn more.
Oh, beautiful. So, I mean, you've talked about issues that are affecting so many people. Health is a big deal. Health is a huge, huge thing. I mean, somebody watches this later on, they want to contact you. How do they get in touch?
They can contact me on my via email or by phone. They can contact me on my email address is shirley.powell at yourlifeinyourhands.org.uk. I'm also on LinkedIn. So if you find me on LinkedIn, you can message me on LinkedIn or Messenger, or you can actually contact me on my Facebook page. I do have a number. I don't know if you have a link at the bottom where I can put the number in.
We'll put the comments in as usual. Yeah. Once the program,
people can contact me there. Or you can actually go onto the website and message and leave a message for me on the website, yourlifeinyourhands.org.uk.
Okay, lovely. Shirley's going to put all the contact details right there in the comment section once this is ended, because it's really difficult for you to put in comments when you're using BeLive. Okay, so yes, that's it. So
I'm also on Twitter as well.
Yeah,
I'm also on Twitter,
Great. So Shirley, the founder of Your Life in Your Hands. You know what? I love that name. As I said, the reason I love the name is it tells you take responsibility. Your life's in your hands. You do what you want to do with it. Okay. So everyone.
I didn't tell you where it came from, did I?
Oh, please do. You didn't.
Your Life in Your Hands is from biblical, where God said to Moses, "What is that in your hand?" And you remember he had a rod in his hand.
Yeah.
So your life in your hand is your health is in your hands. Professionals can give you the tools to get to where you want, but at the end of the day, it's you that take control of your health and well-being. So that's where your life in your hands comes from, that you have the power to look after your own health with the right tools.
Good.
So that's where it comes from.
Well, that is really beautiful. And, we have the power to do so much more. We've got everything right there in our hands. I mean, it's up to us what we want to do with, what we've got right in our hands. Whether you find the robot in your hand, remember, you can use it for anything. I mean, you can use it for something positive. You can use it, well, not very well, but it's best for us to use it, take the most of it. We've got all the powers. We've got everything we need to make our life the best it can be, really, because, we have all that permission. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the show, Telling Great Business tonight. Sorry, it was a bit laggy when we started, but, in the end, it worked.
We got there.
So thank you for everyone who watched and who will be watching on a replay. Shirley Powell, thank you so very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, thanks so very much. Bye, everyone.